Hi, everyone, and welcome to this special episode of the Passive House Podcast, recorded in Tarrytown, New York at the PhiusCon 2021 Passive House Conference. Before we get started, I want to thank Phius for putting on the conference and for coordinating with us on these interviews, as well as NYSERDA for serving as conference partner with Phius and community partner with us here at the Passive House Accelerator. Thank you, too, to Rockwell North America. Their generous support underwrote all of these interviews as well as our coverage of the conference. With that, please enjoy my interview with Pat Fitzgerald of NYSERDA. Hi, I'm here with Pat Fitzgerald, Senior Project Manager of NYSERDA. Pat, it's great to have a chance to sit down with you here at PhiusCon, so welcome.
Good afternoon.
Maybe we could start by a quick introduction of you and your role at NYSERDA for the listeners.
Sure. I'm with NYSERDA's new construction team. We focus on providing support to the new construction sector for both housing and commercial types of projects.
Now, NYSERDA is a conference partner for PhiusCon, also a stakeholder partner for Passive House Accelerator. So there's a great deal of kind of connection and support at NYSERDA for Passive House programs. Why is that? What's the alignment with the goals at NYSERDA and Passive House?
So with our new construction programs, particularly that are focused on housing, we like to leverage capacity within the industry, and we've been working with the Phius team for a number of years, helping to develop the capacity to serve the market in New York State. And we've gotten to the point where both the interest in the types of buildings that Phius promotes and supports and our capacity through Phius to be able to deliver those kinds of buildings have kind of coalesced together, and this conference is actually a great example of that being done. It's a collaborative effort, sharing of information. Our interest is to see more high-performance buildings, carbon-neutral buildings that use reduced embodied carbon in the materials and the processes. It all aligns with the Phius standards and goals. So there's an alignment between New York State and NYSERDA's goals and what Phius espouses.
And I know that a major sort of proof of concept and showcasing of lessons learned and case studies is the Buildings of Excellence program.
Sure. So the Buildings of Excellence design competition, our goal with that is to identify the best of the best projects and put them on a pedestal, share their stories, lessons learned, as you said, be able to share information that's very specific and detailed about costs, about the ultimate results, the performance validation of those projects. So the Building of Excellence competition is entering into its third round. We've awarded 2 rounds of projects, and it's interesting to note, by identifying the set of what we feel are the best of the best as far as multifamily housing, Phius projects represent over 40% of the selected and awarded projects. So I think it's an incredible success story for adherence to the Passive House standard.
What are the key barriers right now to more rapid market uptake, and do you have thoughts about what we need to be doing as a community to help overcome those barriers?
I actually think the most important barrier is a belief and understanding that it's not only possible, but it's reasonable. It has economic basis and justification for achieving a passive design building, using the certification process to ensure that the product that was intended is actually what's delivered.
So basically getting the word out.
So the market's understanding it, and maybe we'll call it resistance to aspiring to something like a Phius certification is probably the biggest barrier. Our Buildings of Excellence competition, the projects that we're working with are showing that the cost is not an insurmountable challenge, and oftentimes there's no issue with cost at all when you take into consideration the potential for gaining access to program incentives offered through NYSERDA, but as importantly, federal tax credits, for instance, that'll reduce the first cost, and ultimately, and other underwriting low-income housing tax credits for the affordable world, but ultimately the operational savings, the durability, the resilience of the buildings do pay off in the end. So it's really the biggest barrier is belief and understanding, I guess. So it's a matter of educating the market, and the market being developers, but also customers, occupants, depending on whether for sale or for rent.
Right. Well, I thank you. I know you are a busy man. I would like to just give a thank you to the support that NYSERDA is giving providing to the PhiusCon conference and to the accelerator, and we'll work hard to help get the word out in partnership with you.
And congratulations to the Phius staff and the Passive House Accelerators staff. It really is incredible how successful this conference has been, the attendance in what was a challenging environment. It really is. It's great to see. It's really encouraging to see the interest and commitment. So
yeah, it has been. Phius staff, the accelerator can't take any credit for that, but we can cheer it on for sure.
The promotion and marketing, it's working. It's part of the barrier. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks, appreciate it, Pat.